Now, mentioning of chasing checks, right?
Yeah.
Gervonta has a fight coming up with Lamont Roach, right?
Hmm.
I think a lot of people have, like the fight fans have like downplayed the fight itself, and then a lot of
Yeah.
fighters like Shakur or Eddie Hearn or other people, even I think I forget who I just talked to recently. I think Troy Nash, who's a 15-time national amateur that's coming in the pro scenes. They all like that's a good fight, like because. Lamont, relatively close in size. Like on paper, these are two champions. There's a lot of technical things Lamont can do. They all essentially favor, I think, Tank, but they're not. They're pretty much saying it's better than the Frank Martin fight, is what everyone's saying. This is the better opposition than Frank Martin. And because of Frank just kind of is new, not as experienced as some of these other guys. What do you think about that fight? Because some people just feel like Tank is just taking fights just for the check and just like, I'm not trying to take tough
Well, you gotta
fights.
realize most fans don't know nothing about boxing. That kid Lamont Roach is a threat. That kid can fight, man.
So
That
you
kid can
agree with
fight.
them? You agree
Yeah,
with
I
that?
agree. I totally agree that he can fight. Like he can fight. I watched him like, oh, like the thing is, I think he gonna have to. I don't question his skills and if he can hang with Tank. I question if he can deal with the moment. See, what most people don't realize it's not the guy, it's not the fighter, it's the moment. The moment is something that a lot of guys drown in. You know what I'm saying? It sometimes like if you take a guy out in the middle of the ocean, it ain't the water, it's how big the like you get in there like this is huge, like whoa, like you going like this, and you like yo, it get in your mind. This is really the ocean. I'm in the middle of the ocean. This is big, and yo, I can drown in here. That's the closest thing I can describe when you on that big stage, that big, big stage. When I fought Kovalev and I got in the ring, that's how I felt. Like I was in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, it was the moment, like yo, as you all eyes on you. What you gonna do? The light, them lights is bright. Them cameras be on you. You got people screaming like you walking into the lions den. Tank is used to this. We got to see if Lamont can handle this level of the game because this is a different level.
When you mention that, I can only imagine people in that comparison be like, "Yo, I've been swimming my whole entire life. It's just water to me." But when you talk about, the deep end, you know,
Let me drop
so
you off in the middle of the ocean.
so in this sense, right? Like, I'm assuming you're favoring Tank because of the experience. He has good technical abilities and he has power, right?
Right.
So what does Lamont need to do outside of just handling the moment to be able to neutralize what Tank's good at?
That's something that he gonna have to come up with. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't come up with it for him. But but just from experience, I think he need to train his mind to for the biggest moment of his life. Like, listen, this ain't gonna be like no other fight. This ain't gonna be like. And the thing is, when he get hit with that bomb, because he gonna get hit with a bomb under them lights and all the pressure of the world. He got the pressure of the world. Listen, this thing. His family's just not watching. The whole entire world is watching. And don't think it don't play a factor when they go, Tank going knock. Don't think he ain't looking. Don't think he ain't thinking, man, Tank can't punch. What if Tank throw one and clip me in? Like, though you always had those thoughts in your head. So when you walking out to that ring and they open them curtains and you see how big that moment is, you like, you can fuck around and pass out.
Don't
Because
nah, man. Lamont ain't
that
gonna pass
energy,
out though, right?
listen, no,
Nah.
I'm
I
being
know, I
funny,
know, I know,
but
I know.
it's like that energy walking to the ring. That's a whole different type of energy. I
Yeah.
can't explain it. It's like, yo, am I really built for this? Can I really, really, really do this?
Am I part of that cloth, right?
Am I part of that cloth? And then you think about what's going to happen if you lose, all that stuff. All that stuff play a factor in your mind. Listen, no fighter wants to be a highlight reel. Listen, Kovalev made me a highlight reel. I ain't gonna front. Listen, I was one of his best knockouts on his resume. I'm gonna keep it real.
Stop, bro.
No, I'm keeping it real. Like I do believe I'm the truth. But the way he folded me up like a blanket. But boom, I'm like,
Hold on.
whoa. Like
Hold
he
on.
made me I even watched and said, damn, that was pretty.
Hold on. I'm gonna rewatch it, right? Hold on.
Yeah, watch when he stopped me. Boom, boom. I'm like, woo. That was
when you
beautiful.
when you went into that fight though, like did you have the mindset of like what if I lose, or were you just like, many fights I don't think about losing, and then when it finally happened, like
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna front. That's what I'm saying. Like I was talking crazy. I'm like, man, I'm ready for this dude. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he in for a rude awakening. I promise y'all. But in the locker room, I was good. I felt good. I was confident. But when I started walking to the ring, I was confident. When they opened them curtains and I seen how I'm like, oh, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. When they opened them
yeah.
curtains, I saw all them people and that smoke in the air and the lights on me, and I see Kovalev hopping. I'm like, oh yo, this is real. Like I felt everybody just staring at me. I'm like, oh no, it's real. Oh no, it's real. It's real. I'm like, this is the top level. I didn't think it'd be like this.
Hey yo, he did hit you with one that made you go,
Right,
ugh. Yo, I
right.
appreciate I appreciate your transparency, man. Because at the end of the day, like Kovalev is a hard hitting dude, and you fought him at a time where
And
essentially
it's
like
I ain't fought the Kovalev that Andre Ward and Canelo fought. I fought the Crusher, the Focus Kovalev that had 16 knockouts in a row.
is that what did he have the body already before then, or was it after the fight?
No, he killed somebody. Then my dumb ass fought him,
Chill out, bro.
thinking I'm
I,
Superman. He showed me I'm Superman now though, but then he showed me, listen, kid, it's levels to this, and you may be good for where you at, but you ain't ready for this yet. And
so
you know,
so
in hindsight, I thank Kovalev. I ain't gonna front. I thank Kovalev. When I make it, I'm gonna take him out to dinner. I thank him for that because he took my fight game from here to here.
yeah.
So it was a blessing for me, and I got so much better skill. If you look at the guys I beat after Kovalev, if I didn't fight Kovalev first and learn, they would have beat me.
Mm.
But since I fought Kovalev, it's crazy when you get your ass smashed like that in front of the world. It's crazy. My confidence was up after that. I can't. My confidence was up. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna make it. I'm definitely gonna make it.
Well, when we think about it, then let's I'm gonna go pull up Gervonta's box rec, right? Because
Yeah,
essentially, if we go off the philosophy of that, right?
yeah.
Because he's smashed a couple, like no Diddy. Uh, I can't believe I say no Diddy now. Like that's the thing. Like there's no more pause or
Yeah,
no. It's
yeah.
just now. But I mean, he cooked Mario Barrios, right? And then Mario Barrios went off and went and fought Ugas and became a champion,
hmm
right? Essentially, he didn't cook Cruz, but he beat Cruz. He had one arm, right? But
Yep.
Cruz later on, got better. Rolly, he knocked out Rolly. Rolly ended up becoming a world champion
World champion.
afterwards, right? He had a fun fight with Pitbull. Um, Hector
And
Garcia.
look how stuff Pitbull did after he fought Tank.
It's true. Now Hector Garcia, essentially where we're at with the Lamont Roach, he got cooked by Tank and they got cooked by Roach. So now that's why they fighting. Ryan
Yeah.
Garcia, he cooked Ryan Garcia.
He come
Ryan
back
went
and
off.
beat Devin.
I mean, with the Ostarine and the three
Oh.
pound. No, 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 no. Listen, I just gotta say it for
All right,
like,
go ahead,
like,
go
like
ahead,
I
go
gotta
ahead, go
say
ahead,
that
bro.
stuff in there because
It's
the
fair, it's fair,
the
it's
comments
fair,
most, but
it's
but
fair.
but a lot of people do feel, regardless of 3 pounds of Ostarine, like so if you use that analogy, Ryan essentially got better, right? He went off
Yeah,
and cooked Devin in that case. So Frank Martin hasn't fought yet. So Frank Martin come off and cook somebody, then you might just need to get your head knocked off. So maybe Lamont Roach, if he does get knocked out, throw him right into another world title shot.
yeah, and see what he do. And if he beat him, you see that Tank is exceptional and he make guys better.
That just might be the headline, right? Tank will knock your ass out to the point that you
You
become
get
a
better.
better. Well, what do you think about this then? Because Tank is talking about retirement, right? And
Yeah.
I get it because I got a chance to chat with him a little bit. And, at a certain point, when you become like one of those kind of faces of boxing, right? And I know
hmm
people, they take faces of boxing like to heart when they talk about resume or whatever the
Yeah.
case, fans get nitpicky. But typically face of boxing is like the guys that sell well, right? Canelo does
Yeah,
pay-per-view, does well. When Tank fights, pay-per-view does better than other people, right?
yeah.
So in this case, it doesn't really seem like he's really caring about the undisputed, the belts, and all that type of stuff. Kind of want to get his money, make a couple good events, and bounce. You mentioned Ryan Garcia rematch which would make a lot of money.
Hmm.
But, I don't know. Maybe I'm speculating, but like he said he'll call somebody out after the fight. A Jake Paul call out would be kind of gangster, you know what I mean? After the Mike Tyson loss, you know what I mean? The Avenge. What do you think? I mean, you think that's where
Okay,
it's at?
okay. The retirement. So what people need to realize is that in boxing, right, what we do, it's a gladiator sport, and sometimes being remember, Tank is still relatively young. Being that young and having all that pressure on you, and you got to see one thing about boxers, we got to be perfect every single time, or people crucify us. Like Jordan done lost games, and people still call him the greatest basketball player ever. A football team can lose a Super Bowl and still be considered a good team. A boxer lose a fight and he's a bum forever. He's a whiner. He's this. He's that. He's this. He's that. He's this. He's that. And it's like that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who's still learning life. Sometimes success can be your downfall. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very mature to handle money, success, praises. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it can be a lot for a relatively young guy. So I think Tank is probably, and I'm just speculating. It can be that, or it can be just the bull crap in boxing that going behind the scenes that he see. They like, nah, this ain't. Because you remember this, they make champions now. Champions are not champions are not made anymore. They create champions. They get a guy they like and say, "We're gonna make you a champion." When back in the day, it was, listen, we're gonna put all y'all in a room and may the best man win. And the man that came out was the champion. You know what I'm saying? It was more authentic back then. Now it was more like WWE. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Jake Paul thing, I don't think he should call out Jake Paul, because it's like Jake Paul, how can I say it? I listen, I got so much respect for Jake Paul for what he's doing as far as financially. I like the fact that he treat human beings like human beings. I like his character. I like his, you know what I'm saying? Because he paid Katie Taylor and them $6 million, and that's unheard of for women's boxing. That's unheard of. And Mike Tyson got 20. So I respect him for that. But I don't think I see legends calling him out. Like he said something about Canelo. Why would I give Canelo a payday? He said this about Canelo. Why would I give Canelo a payday? Andre Ward called him out. Antonio Tarver called him out. And then Tank calling him out. That's just giving this kid way too much credit that he hasn't earned yet. It's like it's fighters, and I'm not hating at all. But back in the day, boxing was a poor man's sport. Now it's a rich man's sport. Now you got to be rich to be successful in boxing. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, why everybody fell in love with it is because it was a poor man's sport. You had guys coming from poverty, like, I'm gonna make it. This is my opportunity to make it. I'm gonna try to kill this man that's across from me. And that's why we got the Hagler Hearns, the Sugar Ray Leonard Hearns, the Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonards. That's why we got the Holyfield and Riddick Bowes, the Mike Tysons versus Trevor Bervik. Like, that's why we had that's why we got the Julio Cesar Chavez versus what's my man name? Chavez versus Mildred Taylor. That's why we had Pernell Whitaker versus Chavez, Roger Mayweather, because these guys come from nothing, nothing. And that's what made people fall in love with the sport. Now they took that out, and I was like, no, just bring money in. Whoever got the biggest pocket, that's what we're gonna make world champions. And that's why I love Turkish the Sheik, because he like, no, we ain't doing that. We're gonna get the best fighters, and we're gonna make good fights. Now, what I would love to see Turkish the Sheik do is not only reach for the top guys, because he still he's still pushing the agenda. He's still pushing USA agenda because he's picking the top guys. But Turkish Sheik need to do is research a little more and realize, oh, this guys that's really good that just never got a shot. It's guys that's really good. They got screwed. Let me go get them too. Let me get them a shot too. Let me go get the fighters that got a raw deal that didn't deserve it, that really get busy. Let me get them a shot too and put them against one of these champions. Let me get them a shot too. Turkish Another Sheik do that. He is definitely good for boxing.